Hi, and welcome back to Normski TV, doing a match preview, or review, shall I say, review, player ratings, Arsenal against Man United, 0-0. Wow. Listen, I think looking at this game, I would say this is pretty much a fair result. Both sides had chances. Cavani missing two sitters. Willian coming on. Good block by their defender, Slabhead. What's his name? Maguire. Sorry about that. Sorry. Be careful. Lacazette hitting the crossbar from a free kick. Smith Rowe having a chance. Pepe, a couple of chances. You know, Rashford had a chance. So all in all, listen, were we there for the taking? And the reason why I'm saying that is because when I saw the side yesterday, I did not expect to see Saka out the side. Obviously, Kieran Tierney and Uber, they were 50-50. But when I saw that Saka wasn't even on the bench, mate, I thought, oh no, here we go. Here we go. You know, I had predicted that we was going to win this game 2-1. Obviously, there was no goals in it. I was predicting the game 2-1 because I was expecting Saka to start. And I thought that Kieran Tierney would start because I saw him in training. He looked all right, but obviously he didn't make it either. Obviously, they're saying that with Saka that he had a sore hip and that they were just taking him out the firing line just out of precaution. Don't make it worse than what it is. You know, could he have been on the bench just in case? You know, it's a difficult one. But listen, you know, with the team that we set out, I mean, let's just go through it. You know, we had Leno in goal, Bellerin playing at right back. The two centre backs was Holding and David Luiz. I didn't want to see David Luiz playing there, but all in all, he had an okay game. I'm not going to say it was a bad game. He had an okay game. First half was a little bit dodgy, but second half he came good. Some great defending there. Cedric Suarez at left back, obviously deputising there for Kieran Tierney. Then the two holding midfielders, Xhaka and Thomas Partey. Three was Pepe on the right, Smith Rowe, Martinelli and Lacazette leading the line. So looking at this side, I thought, wow, looking at Man United side, when I saw them, you know, with Cavani, they pretty much put out a strong side. They had a very, you know, I mean, they went with the same formation as us, with Cavani leading the line, Rashford on the right and Pogba on the left. And I'm glad he kind of played off with that side because then he wasn't going to be, you know, he wasn't going to be up against Bellerin, because I thought if he was up against Bellerin, mate, I think he would have took him apart. But Rashford himself didn't really have a brilliant game. Pogba and Shaw was probably their best players, you know. But Fernandes. Now I've got an issue with this referee. I think it was Mike Oliver. I think he was the referee for that game. How on earth has he not given Fernandes a yellow card for scraping his foot down the back, or his studs down the back of Xhaka's Achilles? I mean, what is this referee watching? He goes and brands a yellow card to Cedric Suarez, jumping in here, leading with his arm. He gives him an early yellow card. I just don't get this referee. Was he frightened of booking these players? I mean, eventually they ended up with 3 bookings. We only ended up with 1. But, mate, you know, should he have walked? I don't know. VR didn't look at it. I don't know if they looked at it. If they did, mate, you know, was it deemed a red card? Let me know. Put it in the comments. What do you think? But listen, Man United, they had a very strong side. That's what I would say. They had a very strong side. And maybe looking at our side, they could have possibly beaten us. It looks like they bottled it. You know, they played within themselves. But as I said, as the game slowly went on, especially in the second half, it started to open up a bit. You know, both sides had more, you know, had more chances, more spaces. As the team started to tire, you know, both sides had chances to score, but just wasn't clinical. So, you know, all in all, as I said, I think 0-0 is a fair point. We're still unbeaten in 2021. Our next game obviously is away to Wolves. That's going to be a tough game. But I believe if we get back Kieran Tierney, if we get back Saka, if we get back Uber, I do believe that we could go to Wolves and give them a game and win that game. So for me, sorry, I've got an itchy shoulder. Yeah, for me, this game, it was there for the taking for Man United. As I said, they bottled it. So I'm happy with the point. It is what it is. Willian had a massive chance. But this guy, why he's coming in? I mean, when he came on for Martinelli, I just had my hands in my head. I was thinking, oh my gosh, Willian of all people, why not bring on Odegaard? I mean, listen, there was a number of players that I think West Brom, they brought on their striker that they got on loan. You know, he had his debut. I think he came on in the second half. Why not? You know, bring on Odegaard. You know, move him to Smith Rowe to the wing. You know, and bring on Odegaard to play in that role. No, he decides to take off Martinelli, and I don't know what the issue was there. Why he took him off and bring on Willian. He looked okay for about 5-10 minutes, but after that he was giving the ball away. I just don't think he brings anything to this club apart from picking up his wage packet of 200,000+ a week. This guy in 21 games, this man has not shown up at all for Arsenal. Not shown up whatsoever. And how long are we going to persist with this? How long is Arteta going to keep persisting with this? You know, it's a joke thing, but look, it is what it is. You know, we end up, as I said, not conceding, which is good. I think we defended well as a team. Our back four defended okay. Probably the weakest one that I would probably say is Bellerin. Again, not defensively astute in terms of his positioning. Lost his pace. So when I come to the markers, obviously he's not going to get a brilliant mark from me. Suarez didn't have one of his best games. Crosses he wasn't making, the crosses that he was putting in against the Southampton team. He wasn't really doing that for us at home. So, as I said, he picked up a yellow card. Luiz, as I said, first half looked a bit shaky. He doesn't track. Sometimes I don't know if he's not aware of what's going on around him. And, there's a couple of times Cavani, he runs off of him and that he's just not aware of what's going around him. As I said, with Luiz, he's one of these players that he can either be brilliant 1 minute, but just absolutely useless the next. You don't know what you're going to get with Luiz. For me, Holding's probably the most consistent defender right now. And I believe when Pablo Mari's back, or if Gabriel, because I thought Gabriel would have started because of the pace that was in Man United side, I thought Gabriel would have been there to take that place, but he's gone with David Luiz. But for me, Holding is probably the most consistent player, and he's going to be the one that's going to be mostly partnering whoever comes in, whether that's Pablo Mari or Gabriel. So for me, Holding had an half decent game. Thomas Partey, again, wasn't his best game. I still think he's carrying. He's not fit. I'm not saying he's injured. I just don't think he's match fit. So that's going to take some time to getting used to the speed of the Premier League. But I think when this guy gets up, I can come next year. I think just get this season out of the way. But, as the season progresses, he will get fitter. But I think come next year, when he's had the pre-season training and everything, then I think, he will definitely come good. And alongside Granit Xhaka, who just loves to play the ball backwards. Granit Xhaka, backwards, I haven't got a clue. Why do you keep... Listen, there's times where we could have, got the ball through the lines and hit them quickly on the break. Leno gets that ball out to them and then he decides that he's going to have a look around. And before he gets his head up and plays the ball, he kicks it back to Leno. And this is the thing. He just slows the game down. Him and Luiz, they just slow the game down. We need to play quickly. We can play quickly, but when you've got the likes of Xhaka and Luiz, they just slow it down. Just hoping that, come the summer or change of personnel, that will just kind of change the dynamics of the team. Martinelli, again, was energetic. He was industrious. didn't really, I think he had one chance, but apart from that, and he laid off one nice, lovely ball to Lacazette. I think if that was Uber, I think he sort of took on two players and crossed it with his right foot, just, over the top of the two defenders, and Lacazette just couldn't get on the end of it. If that was Uber, maybe we would have had a chance. Do you know what I mean? I think Leno, made a couple of good saves as well. And there was one instant when Rashford had the ball in the area and he was just dancing, and I was thinking, oh my God, is he going to score it? But lucky enough, Leno came out and just sort of put him off, just was right at his feet. Didn't foul him or nothing like that, but had enough time for the defenders to sort themselves out, and we managed to clear the ball. So, and Lacazette worked really hard. Pepe worked, really hard. Pepe, for me, when I give my player ratings, I think he should get the man of the match. I think he worked really hard. Everything that he did in terms of creating chances, making things happen, was going through Pepe. If he just had, his accurate shooting boots on, maybe he would have got a couple of goals. But, there's one move where he was, I don't know how many step overs he did. He was just blinding and baffling Shaw, and I can't remember who the other player was with him. It might have been Maguire, where he just did those step overs, and then he went deep to his left, and there's his famous left foot, but crest it, but it just went outside of the post. But Pepe for me is the one to get the man of the match. Smith Rowe had a good game as well. I think he still had a good game. Tired again towards the end. He did get taken off, and Odegaard came on for him. But Lacazette again worked hard for the team, put his body about, had to come off where he landed on his back. I think it was a clash between him and Maguire, but he came out the worst, and then to end up. Hopefully it ain't too bad and that he will be fit for the next game. So in general, as I said, a point is a fair result. I'm happy with that. And I'm going to now do the player ratings now. I'm going to start off with Leno in goal. I'm going to give Leno a 7. As I said, he made a couple of good saves. His distribution in terms of throwing it out and getting the game going quick, commanding his area. I like that about him. Just to sort out his long kicking. If he gets that sorted out, then for me, he will definitely, be up there with, those keepers that are in the top echelons. So I'm giving Leno a 7. Bellerin is Bellerin. He's lost his pace, position. I keep saying that, it's like a scratch record. For me, I'm giving him a 4. I'm giving him a 4, even though it's strange. No, actually, let me change that to a 5. He has an average game. As I said, fortunate enough, somebody said that he had Pogba in his back pocket. I don't know about that. I just didn't think Pogba did anything or worried anything for him to give Bellerin any problems, and Holding was there, and obviously Thomas Partey sweeping up around there as well. So I think, and Pepe as well, whilst he was playing on that side, was also helping out in terms of the defending and coming back and defending. So for me, he was protected by all these players. He didn't really do much, and I'm giving him a 5. Next to him, Holding, I think he had a good game. I'm going to give him a 7, as I said. Very commanding in the air, and very assured. And he seems to be becoming more consistent, not making those silly mistakes, not hanging on to the ball too long, not giving away dodgy passes. And for me, again, he wants to defend, and that's what you can see. So for me, Holding, I'm going to give him a 7. Next to him, David Luiz. Again, first half was a bit dodgy, but second half had a better game. I mean, he ended up getting man of the match, which was quite surprised. But hey, listen, we may have been looking through different glasses. But for me, first half was a little bit dodgy, but he came good. Second half, I'm going to give David Luiz a 7 as well. Cedric Suarez wasn't his best game. Wasn't getting up and down that field. But listen, Martinelli on 2 occasions saved his bacon. It's almost like it was almost a carbon copy of Bellerin. He was just vacating the space, coming in too narrow, watching the ball. And there was one instance where a ball came across and Martinelli made a run from deep, but was able to head it out for a corner. If he wasn't there, then you know, who knows? The player that was playing on that side could have latched onto it, and you know they could have ended up going a goal up. But fortunate enough for Suarez, Martinelli was there on those two occasions to stop you know, a goal happening. So I'm giving Suarez. I'm going to give him a 5. I'm going to give Suarez a 5. Thomas Partey, again, it was an average game. I'm not going to score him. I'm going to give him 6. There's a couple of times, especially in the first half, he was giving the ball away a lot. I know he was making those busting runs, but especially like when he was in our half, he was giving the ball away in dangerous areas. You know, there's a couple of times where he turned it over and got it back, but it wasn't the same Thomas Partey. I just feel that he's not match fit and that he needs to get his match fitness back up to speed. I'm giving Thomas Partey a 6. Next to him, Granit Xhaka, Mr. Play It Back. You know, play back to the future, whatever you want to call this guy. Just loves passing the ball backwards. I mean, what happened to those balls, those through balls that he was doing against Southampton, where he set up Pepe for the goal, and even Lacazette, where he missed it. You got to get the ball forward more. You know, you get the ball, and the first thing you do is you take too long to make a decision. You're turning is circles like one of these large tankers. You know what I mean? You've got to be able to pick up the ball, pick it up on the turn, but he hasn't got that. He hasn't got that in his game. And so what happens when he gets the ball, he needs time to think. And by the time, you know, players are running off into space, Martinelli's running into space. There's a time when Martinelli was in space and it was just an easy pass to make. But what does he do? He passes it back to Luiz, and then Luiz passes it back to the goalkeeper, and then we have to start the attack again. And that's why the teams are able to get that back in their formation. Xhaka, I'm going to give him a 6. I'm going to give Granit Xhaka a 6. Now, Pepe for me was definitely getting man of the match. I think he was very industrious, worked really hard. So they had a couple of chances, twisted up Luke Shaw, and he was just all over the pitch. And this is what I like to see, him working out. It seems like he wants to stake a claim for that position, and that's good. We're now seeing Pepe now, his true colours now. Still a way to go, but listen, he for what he's doing, you know, he scored against Southampton. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to score against Man U, but he did show endeavour and hard work. And for me, things were, the actual game was going through him. So for me, I'm giving Pepe an 8. I'm going to give him man of the match. I'm giving an 8. I'm not scoring anybody more than an 8. So Pepe will get 8 from me and man of the match. Smith Rowe, as I said, played okay as well. Tired towards the end. You know, nice link-up play between him and Pepe. And every time he gets the ball, his only thing is to turn and get forward. And he's the one that, you know, gets the balls through the lines quickly. As long as, you know, if Thomas Partey picks up that ball, he's pinging that ball to Smith Rowe, and he has good control. There's a couple of times in the first half where, you know, his control let him down. And, you know, he doesn't need to force it. He doesn't need to force it. Obviously, Odegaard is there waiting in the wings. But Smith Rowe, listen, you need to just tie down that number 10 role, you know, and just go for it, mate. You know, since you've come into the side, the team has totally transformed. So you keep going on doing what you're doing. I'm giving you a 7. Martinelli, as again, worked hard, had one chance and a nice, would have been a nice assist where he played a cross over the top of the Man United defence, and Lacazette wasn't able to latch onto it. Worked hard, as I said, worked hard defensively, very aggressive. Just needs to sort out in terms of his the goal side of it. Trying to create for himself and create for others. I'm giving Martinelli a 6. Lacazette, who worked really hard for the team, playing up front. As a matter of fact, you know, he put his body on the line. Eventually having to come off towards the end of the game, falling off, I think the base of his back, he sort of fell on it, and, you know, he couldn't continue again. But worked really hard, you know, created a lot of fouls in terms of, you know, fouls on himself, and just slowed up the game, you know, and tried to bring others into play. I'm going to give Lacazette also a 7. In terms of the subs that come on, Willian, as I said, when he came on for Martinelli, I was like, oh my God. But listen, to be fair, for the first 5 or 10 minutes, he did look kind of lively, and he had that massive chance. But it was blocked by Maguire, and that would have put in our chance to go 1-0 up. But other than that, fading for the rest of the half, giving the ball away, or it's like he's trying to protect the ball and he loses it, or he seems like he's just lost a void of ideas at the moment. But this is not the Willian that played for Chelsea. This is his dodgy brother, his dodgy twin. Right? We've got the wrong Willian. And again, Dave, I hold my hand up, mate. I absolutely hold my hand up. This man is spoofing off of this club, man. Listen, he's pillaging this club, mate. Mr. Pillage, Mr. William Pillage. That's what I'm going to call you. 220,000. You're doing this? You've got to come correct, mate. And I don't know why Arteta persists with him, but maybe he's got something about Brazilians. I don't know. But listen, I'm giving Willian a 5. I'm going to give Willian a 5. Martin Odegaard came on for Smith Rowe in the 83rd minute. Only had about 5 or 6 touches. I'm not going to really score him. If anything, I'll give him a 3. Hopefully, we'll see a bit more of him as the season progresses, and we'll see what this guy's got to offer. And then Eddie Nketiah came on for Lacazette. But to be honest, in the injury time, I'm not even going to give him a mark. I don't even think he touched the ball, so I'm not going to even give him a mark. In terms of Mikel Arteta, I think in making that change with Willian, that's what upset me. I felt that he could have brought Odegaard on, play Odegaard in that number 10 role and move Smith Rowe out, on the wings. But he decided to bring Willian on. And I'm not happy about that. And that's the thing about it. The decision that you make, Arteta, you're just not happy. And jury's still out, mate. The jury's still out. I still need to see more from you. At the moment, the jury is still out on you. I'm giving you a... Because we had a weak side, decision that you made to bring on William for Martinelli, I'm going to give you a 6. I'm giving you a 6. I know it sounds harsh, put it in the comments if I'm harsh about that, but I'm giving you a 6. And it's not because I dislike you. But look, it is what it is. So I'm giving you a 6. Listen, we've got a big game again. It seems like every game that we play is big. Tuesday evening against Wolves away. Chance to try and move up the table, get ourselves onto 34 points. A number of teams have dropped points. Leicester have dropped points. Tottenham play later on today. I'm hoping that Brighton can turn them over. You never know. West Ham will be playing Liverpool now. So don't know what the score is on that. But, Leeds going into Leicester, beating them 3-1. Wow, absolutely amazing. But listen, we need a strong side come Tuesday. We need to go to Wolves. They're not in a good form themselves. So it's our chance to go up there at the Molineux and literally let's take this side apart. It's about time now we went to Molineux. We beat them last season. I think we beat them 2-0 or 2-1, I can't remember. So let's go there. Hopefully Kieran Tierney is going to be fit. Uber should be back, and I'm hoping that Saka will be back as well. Let's see, watch his space and see what happens. We'll be doing, obviously, a preview for that game. Also, guys, look out tomorrow. I'm going to be doing the What's Going On podcast, obviously reviewing the games and the weekend games that have just gone. We'll bring on my guests, Dave and Kofi. So look out for that. May try and do a live stream. If not, it'll be pre-recorded, but still look out for it. That should be a lively session. And now I just want to quickly touch on some transfers. And just quickly, we are linked with a left back. Apparently Arsenal are linked with the Crystal Palace defender Patrick Van Aanholt. This is according to the Mirror. The Gunners were looking, just reading it here, the Gunners are looking to sign a backup left back, as Kieran Tierney is currently the only left-footed left back at the club. Obviously, Saad Kolasinac has left the club and has gone to Schalke on loan, and so we are short. Kieran Tierney is the only left back, and so Cedric Suarez has to fill in that position. or even Ainsley Maitland-Niles. But the problem is that they're not. That's not their given position, and so therefore we need a proper left back. So Van Aanholt has been targeted, and just reading here, it's got Van Aanholt has been seen reduced game time this season due to injuries and the emergence of Tyrick Mitchell at Crystal Palace. It says it was reported that the North London club were interested in Mitchell, but Palace see him as their long-term solution at left back. As a result, the Gunners have shifted their attention to Patrick Van Aanholt. So, listen, the guy is 30 years old, there's just 6 months remaining on his contract with the Eagles, and the club would prefer to let him leave this month rather than allow him to leave on a free transfer in the summer. So there's a chance that we could end up getting Patrick Van Aanholt. Would he be a good backup for Kieran Tierney? Let me know again in the comments. Let me know what you think. And obviously the player's keen on regular game time with the European Championships on the horizon, because obviously he's Dutch, and he's obviously looking to try and get back in the Dutch side. But listen, he's not going to get ahead of Kieran Tierney, so I don't know how that's going to work out. So we'll see what happens. We do need a left back, so look, watch out. We may get a left back. Will it be Patrick Van Aanholt? Who knows? And just another couple. Obviously, Uber should be back, so that should be great in terms of our striker, because he's been away due to family personal reasons. So hopefully he will be back. Maitland-Niles. I will finish with Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Now it seems like Leicester are now leading the race to sign the midfielder. And this is according to The Sun. I know West Brom were interested, also Southampton are interested. It says here the Foxes face competition from Newcastle, Southampton, West Brom to secure the 23-year-old services. Maitland-Niles is hoping regular game time away from the Emirates can boost his chances of earning a place in Gareth Southgate's England squad for this summer's Euro. Leicester will hope to tempt Arsenal into doing business by installing an option to buy Maitland-Niles outright, as the Gunners could be reluctant to strengthen a top four side. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. I mean, look, I don't know if he's going to have a future at Arsenal. He was due to go to Wolves last season in the summer, but that didn't happen. That didn't materialise, and he was told that he's going to get game time, but he's getting very much limited game time with Arsenal. So there are a number of clubs that are interested in him. Again, let's watch this space and see what happens. And lastly, just finish with Torreira. It looks like he's going to end up probably staying at Atletico Madrid, because talks between Monaco have broken down with Arsenal. I mean, obviously Edu and Arsenal are concerned about the fact that he's not getting any game time at Atletico, but it seems as if that they were going to try and cut short his loan spell, bring him back, and then loan him to Monaco. But it seems as if that ain't going to happen. So he may well stay at Atletico until the end of the season, and then come the summer we'll look to try and move him on. I think that's what's going to happen, because our midfield, with the likes of Odegaard, he wants a permanent deal, and so there may not be no room for him. So we'll see what happens. Let's watch this space. But listen, guys, again, just want to thank you for subscribing. 114 subscribers now, on our way to 120. I'm only 6 away, guys. 6 away. Get me to 120 before the weekend is out. Can you all get me to 120? Please share it around. Send it to everybody across the globe. Yeah. Thank you for supporting the channel, and obviously trying to bring more content. And just let me know in the comments, what I could do better. But please don't give me too much grief. Listen, guys, please like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care.